I decided to do my mama's eulogy tonight. I didn't want a preacher up here that didn't know my mama. So I decided I'm going to try to do it myself. First of all, thank you all for coming tonight. She'd be amazed at the turnout. We're here to celebrate and remember the life of my mother, Inez Glover Donaldson. My father and my grandmother always said we were part Indian. So I thought I'd start it out with an old Cherokee quote. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries, and you rejoice. My mama was born on March 24th, 1933, and raised on Camps Lane in Franklin. She was the fifth of 6 children born to Peggy Story Glover and Emmett Lee Glover. Times were hard then after the Depression. She once told me that a treat was a day-old biscuit with mustard on it. She recalled to my daughter the first time she tasted a Coca-Cola and how good it was. After you drank it, Joe, you rubbed the bottle on the bottom of your foot, and that's how you get high arches. She also taught Joey on an airplane one time how to open a Pepsi and pour peanuts in. She loved it. That's why the Pepsi and peanuts there, Mama. She quit school at 14 and went to work at a Greek restaurant in downtown Franklin, where at 16 she met my father. She said, I thought he was cute. When he asked for rice pudding for dessert, his favorite I might add, she gave him an extra large portion. My father recalled that was it for me. I was going to marry her. So in January 1950, at age 16, she went to New Jersey, and he married her. What courage that took to leave home and go sight unseen to New Jersey. I once asked her, Mama, why do you have so many pairs of shoes? You only have 2 feet. Because, she said, up until the day I married your father, I never owned a pair of shoes that somebody else had worn first. In later years, when she'd visit Virginia, she would take Jeff, her nephew, downtown and buy him shoes, because she never forgot what that felt like. She visited Barbara and the kids out in the country after her and Splinter split up and noticed that Barbara didn't have a TV or a radio. She had my granddaddy go downtown and buy her one on credit, and each week she sent him a payment until that radio was paid off, because she knew her sister loved music. She also sent Carl money so that he could take Nanny to the beauty salon to get her hair done. Mama loved to get her hair done, and Jerry Keach put it best. She was one classy lady. The high heels are up here because even after the stroke and I brought her down here, she had lost a few of her wits. But she still wanted to dress up. And we were giggling, Jennifer and I, last week. There she is going down the hallway in a jogging suit with white high heels on. Unfortunately, that didn't rub off on me. The only reason I dressed up tonight was for her. She always said, you have to look presentable. She was opinionated and didn't hold her tongue. The Bible says it's the most unruly organ in your body. One word has brought down nations. I can still hear her saying, are you going to fix your hair? Are you going to wear that? I picked her up Christmas Day from the rehab center. She was all decked out. We got in my truck, and before I could even start it up, she looked me over from head to toe. I knew what she was thinking. I had on jeans and my Eagles jacket. Before she could get the words out of her mouth, I beat her to the punch. I said, Mama, don't say it. I'm 59 years old and I'm still a tomboy, and if I haven't changed by now, I never will. She looked over at me, pursed her lips up, and said, okay. That was the first time in my life I stood up to her about my outfit, and the last time she ever critiqued me. The woman had no sense of direction. Those of you that know her know that's true. I was visiting in New Jersey one time, and she insisted, oh, tomorrow me and you are going to Cowtown Rodeo. And I said, Mama, a rodeo? Really, Mama? No, she said, on Saturday mornings they have a flea market there, and my friends from CBS have booths, and I want you to go meet them. So off we go. 20-minute drive turned into an hour-long drive because, of course, we got lost. We spent all day there. When we got in the car to leave, she gave it too much gas backing up, and boom. Back wheels went over the concrete parking block behind us. The wheels weren't touching the ground. She kept revving it. Vroom, vroom. We were stuck. I got out the check and told her what had happened. She said, what the hell am I going to do now? Well, this tomboy picked up the back of the car and told her when to give it gas, and boom, we were free. She was silent the whole ride home, with the exception of one sentence. Don't you tell anybody. I didn't say a word, because I knew what a great story it was going to be one day. Joey and I have laughed so many times about the Cowtown Rodeo. She told me when my son was born, he was her first grandchild, that my son saved her life after Daddy died. He gave me a reason to live, she said. They were Grammy and grandson, at times mother and son. When his son was born, she was thrilled, another link in the chain. She loved my brother that fiercely, too. She had trouble showing us girls affection, though. I don't know why, but she did. She showed us love with her deeds. When she had the massive stroke last August, I thought she was going to die. I sat at her bedside day and night. When the nurses would ask her, who's that? And point at me, she'd say, the one that talks all the time. One night when I was kissing her goodnight, she said, come closer. And I said, what, Mama? She said, no, closer. She touched my shoulders and looked me square in the eye, and she said, I want you to know something, Jen. I love you. I really, really love you. She was back. Last Monday before I left work, she said, can I have a hug? Which, like I said, was uncharacteristic for her. And I said, yes, ma'am. She hugged me so tight and rubbed my back. Where or why that hug came, I'll never know. But I'll forever cherish it. Then Tuesday, which Jerry and I laughed, she probably set me up Monday with a hug. Then Tuesday, she was insistent on having some money to get her hair done. Well, the hairdresser couldn't do it till Wednesday. She was so excited. She came back to the unit shaking her butt and showing off her new hairdo. Who would have guessed she'd die in her sleep that night? She was the happiest I had seen her in years, these last 10 months. She found a boyfriend, a guy from New York of all places, in the nursing home, Ed Sturgeon. She made friends with many of the other residents. She loved coffee, she loved sweets, and she loved all of you. She struggled, strived, and succeeded. She got her GED, which is down here, one of her greatest accomplishments. She was married 25 years and widowed 39. She outlived a husband and 2 children. She retired from CBS and found a new career, working at ShopRite. She was driving and working at 81 years old the day before the stroke. She had 4 children, Andrea, Victoria, Janet, and Lenny. She had 6 grandchildren, Jeremy and Joey, Nicole and Joanna, and Kimberly and Karen. I made a mistake in her notice on the Wright Memorial site. I put 14 grandchildren. I missed one. There were 15. It was great-grandchildren. It was Jared, Ethan, and Joshua, Jessica, Lizzie, Emmy, Noah, Isabella, and WJ, little Joey, Nicholas, Gianna, and Sophia, Jeremy, Gavin, and Chloe. Baby Isaac is due any minute, her 16th grandchild. Life is about journeys and experiences, love and sorrow and laughter and tears. And I'd like to close tonight with a quote from Winston Churchill, who said, "I am ready to meet my Maker. Whether my Maker is prepared for the ordeal of meeting me is another matter." Anybody else want to come up and say anything about my mom? Thank you. She's not going to come down and hit you with a lightning bolt, I promise.
I don't think we can follow that up.
Well, all the little things up here were so precious to her. Like I said, those darn high heels, and then she'd tell Jennifer, my buddy at work, she'd be walking. Oh, my legs. Jennifer said, "Would you get out of those high heels? You just had to wear them." She got to wear them. She was a character. I found boatloads of pictures. I think every picture anybody ever sent her, she kept. And to go through those boatloads of pictures and narrow it down to these two was hard. And there's a lot of pictures here of my great-grandparents and grandparents I'd never seen before. And I just feel blessed that she saved them all for us. Thank you.